Hello and welcome to Irish Eyes on Wrestling, Week 4, Part 1. I'm Carl Sherlock, at Carl Sherlock on Twitter.
I'm Chris Sherlock, at Chris Sherlock93 on Twitter. I'm sorry for anyone trying to follow me in the past couple of weeks. It was my mistake. I hadn't actually logged on to my Twitter account in a long time and realised last night that it's actually Chris Sherlock93, not just Chris Sherlock.
Well, you've owned up and anyway, it's all good. I didn't have to rip you on that. But welcome to the show, and today it's our Survivor Series predictions. We're going to get into that a bit later on, and then the next two shows over the weekend. But we're going to start off with the news as we always do, and the Hall of Fame ceremony has been announced for April 6, 2013 at Madison Square Garden, and it's Mick Foley that looks like to be a lock-in to be the main guy, the head of the inductees. I'm delighted about that. Mick Foley, he does deserve to be a Hall of Famer.
He's not there, so by now.
Yeah, well, yeah, kind of. But there has been a push for Owen Hart to be honoured as well, since his star rose with the classic match against Bret Hart at WrestleMania 10 in Madison Square Garden. But as everyone knows, with his wife, his widow isn't exactly. She blames Owen's death on WWE, so it doesn't look likely that is going to happen at all. So that's a shame.
It looks like, according I heard that Hulk Hogan, former WWE Hall of Famer, Hulk Hogan, because of his celebrity status and his general openness towards his life, is that his sex tape won't be taken down from websites.
Such as Gawker.com, he was attempting to get all the footage taken down, obviously because he says he doesn't want it out there. It's a big publicity stunt.
His appeal was denied by a federal judge,
which I find funny.
James D. Whitmore.
Yeah, so that's Hulk Hogan. I don't know why anyone would watch it anyway.
Curiosity, why would anybody watch X back in China?
I never did, and I never would. And I don't want to see Hulk Hogan having sex. It's not something that's on my to-do list.
I wonder if he ate his vitamins or something with a V. Brother.
Monday's episode of Raw garnered a 2.9 rating with 4.193 million viewers. It was up from last week, which was a 2.76 rating, so it's improving, and this week's show was good. I enjoyed it. It was an entertaining show. So keep on moving on in the right direction, WWE.
More news on The Rock in the new up-and-coming Hercules movie, still directed by Brett Ratner,
which is going to be good.
Yeah,
looking forward to it.
The production is looking to kick off around the early stage of 2013, which is good, and more importantly, The Rock, his date sign on WWE won't interfere at all with filming, so we'll see The Rock when we see The Rock.
We'll be seeing The Rock. Hopefully it won't mess up the whole WrestleMania schedule too much. It's because that's the big worry about him signing on for Hercules. WWE's WrestleMania 29 has already generated the biggest gate history in pro wrestling. It's amazing what they've done, and when it's all said and done, they're aiming to beat UFC's 129 that was in Toronto so it'll be the biggest MMA or wrestling gate in history. It's on the first day it sold over 52,000 tickets and earned over 10 million in gate receipts. The magic number to beat is 12.075 million, and it looks like they're going to do it. It looks like WrestleMania 29 would be the biggest selling thing. It's going to be great. Really looking forward to that.
Good news on this side of the Atlantic now.
Yes, hopefully it happens.
That WWE officials have had a meeting with the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff, hopefully to get a mega show, something like a pay-per-view or a really big show to be live from
Wales.
Wales. The stadium itself holds over 75,000 fans, and I think it's a really good thing. WWE hasn't held a pay-per-view in the UK since 1992. Sorry, that was SummerSlam.
they've also gone and they've spoken to stadium in London and Old Trafford, Manchester United Stadium, and that holds over 75,000 people as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, it'll be a good move. It'll be good, and well, I'd be one of the first people to buy a ticket.
I'm going to presume that the London one will be possibly, you know, Wembley.
Yeah, it would have to be Wembley, really. It could be the Emirates, something like that, but it'd be good anyway. And the big news is, as recently as last week, WWE Creative have been putting forward storylines. So CM Punk will be in the main event, the last match at WrestleMania 29. It's all good. Let's hope it happens. Let's hope it works out, because that's what I want. I don't want another John Cena main event at WrestleMania.
I want the winner of the Royal Rumble to be in the main event.
That's never going to happen.
It's supposed to happen.
It's not going to happen. Now, don't get me wrong. John Cena will win the title soon. It's not going to be, and we'll get into it later on, but it won't be until after at least WrestleMania. Yeah. In my opinion, it's not going to be until then. But speaking of that now, Survivor Series. Here we go into our predictions for this week, or for this pay-per-view, and we're going to start off with the pre-show. It's Team Cobra versus the three-man band, baby. And I'm going to go straight out, and I'm going to say three-man band.
Yeah, Zack Ryder doesn't win, so
it's not that they're trying to push the three-man band to being contenders.
yeah,
And it would be great, I think, if the 3MB, they could, you know, defend the tag titles under the Freebird rule. You know, it could be any one of the two of the three of them, you know, can defend the titles, not just a certain two. It would be great. We haven't seen that in years. Drew McIntyre, he hasn't been on television the past 2 weeks. He had family troubles. I think it was his grandmother that passed. So he hasn't been there, but he will be there on Sunday night on the pre-show, and that's all 3MB.
Is it Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal in the match?
Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal. Yeah. Drew McIntyre will be outside of the ring against Santino Marella and Zack Ryder.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to say 3MB.
3MB.
Simply because, you know, they're actually a tag team, and let's be honest,
Team Cobra
are just a joke. It's a guy who shouldn't be on the television and a guy who should be actually wrestling and winning. I'm a big Zack Ryder fan.
Will.
And he should actually be winning matches and, you know, doing something apart from being squashed all the time. And I'm sick of Santino. He's unentertaining, and, you know, the Cobra is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
It is terrible.
It was funny once, and that was against Mr. Socko at Royal Rumble last year.
Yeah, that was awesome. But I have to say, I've been talking to people on Twitter, such as John Cena fan number 1, he's at Jordy Stakes. John Cena addicted to Cena, and Darren Lynch at Mr. Lynch 44. And most of them have said Team Cobra to win.
Yeah, well, I'm going to judge by the first two names there.
They're big John Cena fans.
John Cena fans, and that means let's go with the popular people. And
well, not necessarily.
He's a good guy. Yeah.
No, not necessarily. They're John Cena fans. They love John Cena. I've been speaking to them on Twitter. They just love John Cena, but they think Cobra is going to come and do it. I think Darren said it would be 3MB, but I'm up for 3MB.
Yeah.
Baby. Well, that's all we've got for this show. We'll be back tomorrow with more Survivor Series predictions. I'm Carl Sherlock, at Carl Sherlock on Twitter.
I'm Chris Sherlock, at Chris Sherlock 93 on Twitter.
Stop.